Hi there, this is Eileen Gilbo with The Real Las Vegas, and today I am interviewing Joy Hoover with the Cupcake Girls and her new venture, Local for All, which I'm super excited about. So we are going to learn all about her and what you're doing for our community, which I think is awesome.
Thank you.
So can you explain a little bit to the viewers what Cupcake Girls is, and then we'll get into Local for All.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Cupcake Girls is officially an 8-year-old nonprofit. We're super excited in March to celebrate 8 years.
Yay.
And we've been providing confidential support and holistic resources to folks working in the adult entertainment industry and to folks that have been sex trafficked. And we do that through intensive case management and aftercare and an incredible team of case managers that provide support.
That's awesome. Have you found a lot of support and help in the community?
Yeah, I mean, truly it's been such a journey. You know, when we first started, it was showing up with cupcakes and connecting with folks and saying, if you need anything, reach out, give us a call. And they were like, well, what do you have to offer us? And it was kind of like, what do you need, So, just over 8 years when the first client called us and said, I really need dental help. I have an abscess in my mouth that I've been dealing with for several years. And so we called 20 dentists in Las Vegas and said, we have this person in need in our community. Can you help out?
That's amazing.
And, it's kind of just built on from there of just the different resources we've listened, connected with the community, and then found incredible partners to provide services.
Yeah, honestly, for a nonprofit to last 8 years, I mean, that's a testament to what you guys are doing.
Yeah, there's a stat that 90% of nonprofits fail in the first 3 years.
Right.
And I know why. It's an incredibly difficult journey, and especially in a community that has a lot.
Right.
And what we learned early on was that you're not even really considered like a support organization or an organization to be supported until 5 years.
Wow.
And so it's been really just an eye-opening experience for us of just really not knowing anything about nonprofit. I don't have a background in nonprofit management or anything, but just use a William Wilberforce actually quote that says, once you know, you can walk away, but you can never again say that you did not know. And as the stats rolled in about the 100,000 people working in the adult entertainment industry in Las Vegas and the amount that are in need of support, the stigma and marginalization of the folks working in the industry, there's a stat around the amount of people working that 25% of folks working in the industry are choosing it, empowered in it, and really enjoy the work. 25% are coerced or trafficked into the work, and 50% are doing it to survive. And so that's a huge number of folks. We're talking 75% of people in our community that are doing this work but maybe need resources or maybe it's not their first choice.
Right.
And that just wasn't okay with us.
Yeah. Now, are you strictly in Las Vegas, or are you anywhere else in the country?
Yeah, so we have another branch in Portland, Oregon in 2011. About 11 months after we officially started Cupcake Girls Las Vegas, we opened a branch in Portland, Oregon, which is doing phenomenal. And then we actually take clients nationally and globally right now. It's really amazing. I'm not sure the area of Africa that we have a client currently, because one of our case managers is handling it. But it was just Friday that I was able to send a wire transfer to a medical school in Africa, an area of Africa. And we were able to provide some schooling educational costs for a client who said that the work she's been doing, which is more street-based sex work, she said it was, she was getting a lot of threats, she was feeling endangered, and therefore dealing with a ton of anxiety and just fear around it. And she just said, I'm looking to do some additional things to live a more well-balanced mental and physical health life.
Right.
And so, so we're doing things globally now, which is pretty phenomenal.
Now, how did you choose Portland? I mean, I understand Las Vegas. It's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Portland, that's odd to me. When I think of Portland, I don't think, that would be just an automatic next city to go to.
Yeah, that's a question we get a lot. Speaking at a conference, and there was a group there from Portland who was sharing more of the statistics around Portland. It's top statistics are hard because it depends on where you're getting them.
Right.
But they're supposedly top 10 in sex trafficking because they are really close to the border there, the Canadian border. But there's also actually more strip clubs per capita than any city in the U.S. in Portland. They're on every kind of corner.
That's
so
crazy.
The adult industry is prevalent there, and there are a lot of need for resources.
Yeah, I would have never, not in a million years would I have ever thought Portland.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how are people finding you? I mean, if you have clients that are coming to you from Africa, how did they find you?
Yeah, so a lot of our clients, we get to connect with them through social media. We do a huge event at AVN every year, which is the Adult Video Network hosts the largest adult convention in the world. So we partner with them. We have sponsors from a few adult companies that actually we host a suite for entertainers. And this January we hosted our 8th year, and we had about 500 entertainers that came through the suite from, again, globally, from all around the country. And in that suite, we got to provide hair and makeup services, food, gifts, and therapy, meditation, and yoga, and all different services for a really intense week. And through that, really be able to connect with folks with the resources we can provide day by day, year round.
Right.
And so we also, obviously, cupcakes are a big thing. People are like, why is the name Cupcakes? Because we literally bring cupcakes to the strip clubs every month, to the legal brothels throughout Las Vegas and throughout Nevada. And our goal through the cupcake is just to say, like, hey, we respect you as a human being. We want to make sure that you know that there's resources and support available to you. From some of us, within the Cupcake Girls, we understand the stigma and marginalization through personal experiences of the adult industry, and others just coming from a human standpoint, right?
Yeah.
And so through those cupcake visits, we get to connect, provide resource cards, and just information on the services that we can offer if they feel like they can trust us and want to reach out.
Yeah. So it's amazing. I think it's great work that you're doing, and so needed in our community. Do you have any plans to go anywhere else?
Yeah, of course. I think one of the things that makes us unique is that we feel lucky. Honestly, we feel lucky that we get to do this. I can't tell you how much my life has been changed by the incredible individuals that we get to meet with and connect with and link arms with towards their goals. And so this is it's dream work for me and for our team, And we have a dream and a goal of being in every major city in the U.S. So we kind of have a city in mind for our third, and we're working with a team there in Denver, actually, but we're not sure exactly what's going to happen with that. And then our big project, Local for All, is like really at the forefront right now.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, that's a great segue. So can you explain what Local for All is?
Yeah, so Local for All has been kind of a dream in the works. I just looked back at paperwork from 2011, and it was this dream of this holistic resource center, and it kind of came from this experience we have with one of our clients, which honestly most of the growth that we've had comes with an experience of something that really angers or frustrates us and we want to do better or provide better. So we had this incredible client that had some really serious abuse and trafficking scenarios from 7 years old. And when she came to us, she heard about us in the strip club. She got a cupcake from one of us and came in and just trusted us to come in our office and meet with our team. And so our team was working with her a couple days a week, providing support for her and her son, doing therapy, group therapy, and just all different stuff to really combat the PTSD and some of the crisis trauma she was dealing with. And about a year into caring for her, she has said, my dream and my goal has always been to work in pastry. That was her background. She's really, really brilliant. And so we helped her get a job at a local pastry shop and catering company. And she was working and doing really well. And one day they gave her a goal, or the task of the day, to make mac and cheese. And when she got that task, it completely triggered her to some of the trauma and PTSD that she experienced, and she had a meltdown.
Yeah.
And that company fired her because they were like, we don't know what to do. And so she came back. Here's this incredibly warrior woman coming back, doing all of this work and coming back into the cycle of shame and trauma and PTSD. And once that happened, I just literally I was like, that's enough. Enough is enough. We are not going to have our clients, bravely process through and fight through the goals that they have and then get to a place where they've made it, right? To one of their huge goals, and then have to come back because, a company doesn't know how to handle it or work with them. And so I was like, we got to do this holistic resource center. So 2016, I created kind of this, took a photo literally from Google and started traveling around saying, hey, we're going to open a resource center. And it's kind of evolved from that. So Local for All has been in the works for 8 years, but we've been working really hard over the last 2 years. And it's going to be a space that provides resources and support for folks in our community through a social enterprise and holistic resource center, so that it's sustainable. Not only for the Cupcake Girls, but we're building out other nonprofit alliances in the community that have been incredible partners over the years for the Cupcake Girls, folks that are dealing with food insecurity, homelessness, children education, domestic violence, our LGBTQ center. So all different areas that have just been incredible supports to our clients, that we want to help build sustainability for them as well, and link arms so we're not siloed all over the city. And so Local for All is going to provide a good business strategy for nonprofits and other businesses, that every dollar spent in this space will empower someone else to create a better life. And we are so excited about it.
Yeah, it's exciting. So what is this resource center going to offer?
Yeah, so what we offer right now through the Cupcake Girls is what we call holistic care, wraparound services. We provide mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, financial, and social resources, which is what the Local for All will encompass. So we're going to have a doctor, we're going to have a lawyer, taxes, we're going to have career development, we're going to have educational support, and then even yoga and leadership training, and just different skills and classes for folks in our community that desire it. And so we say Local for All is not for anyone or everyone who needs help. It's for folks who really want it. And one of our goals with the Cupcake Girls is we just want to link arms with people that have these goals and dreams and maybe just don't feel like they have the tools to get there. And that could be within the adult industry, it could be within just everyday community stuff, it could be as a parent, could be just in healing from maybe experiences that they've had, whatever it is. They are going to be able to have resources and a team that really cares. And it's not this self-aggrandizing, kind of ego-driven, like we're better than you and we want to help you. It's let's link arms, let's learn together. You teach us. And together we can become just a more compassionate community that truly is creating sustainable change.
That's amazing. So do you have a time frame of when this is going to start?
So we're hoping to open in fourth quarter of 2019. So
yay!
Yeah, so it's been a journey. We're working with some incredible partners, and with the city of Las Vegas now has taken us on as one of their projects to really help us find the right land and the right owner and the right property, because we've been cash bought out 3 times now with property. So it's been a journey, but we also are in the process of raising more capital, some more funds, building our team and building just awareness in the community of what Local for All is and how together we can create a greater impact that's truly community driven and that where everyone feels like they can belong in the space.
Now, if I know that land right now, buildings are, at a premium. So if you do know anyone who has, this is really something that you are wanting to help. If you know anybody who has land, who has a building, who has, property that can be built or refurbished or whatever it is, I'm going to link Joy's contact information that you can get in touch with her or her team, and, we can make this, come alive here.
I mean, truly, we're a grassroots organization. We have been since the very beginning, and we're going to continue to be, because we believe that we are better together, and that those of us with all diverse experiences and backgrounds, truly together, we can create a more welcoming, not just welcoming, but a space of belonging, right? And so that's also true for like our funding and for just the community resources that together, when we pull together and do this. And it's been interesting because I've realized through studies and just research that typically it's not the most influential, the powerful, and wealthy folks in the world that create the biggest change. It's folks that have that passion and drive to like not give up and not be willing to keep things the way they are. And so that's me. I would say I'm a hairstylist. That's it. You know, like I'm angry. I'm frustrated about the gap in between the needs of our community and those that have access to it. And so we need everyone to create that journey with us. And that's really how we've sustained and grown over the last 8 years. It's literally through individuals who give monthly, who give their time, who become a professional doctor or lawyer or partner that's willing to give some services. And the list goes on, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're watching this going, I want to help, that sounds amazing, or I want to learn more, please reach out. We literally are building a team, and it's going to take all of us to make this happen.
Yeah, because you have a huge vision. So, I mean, I can just see every time we speak, the wheels are turning of where you want this to go and how you want to improve it, and just kind of the vision that you have for everything as a whole. So, I think it's amazing.
Thank you.
So, I have a couple other questions for you.
Yeah.
Vegas is full of transplants, so most people end up here one way or another. Not usually, you know, people aren't, well, I don't know. My kids are born here, so maybe, you know, we now have a new generation of people who are born in Las Vegas, but how did you and your family end up here?
Yeah, so my husband and I actually moved literally to Las Vegas to do this work. We were in Vegas for our 4-year wedding anniversary in 2009, and just felt super compelled to what we saw here between the adult industry and just some of the studies and research that we did. So we ended up packing our bags 3 months later, selling most of what we owned, driving our Jetta out here, and just really sitting in and listening to the community. My background's hair and makeup, so 10 days in, I was at the AVN show, which I shared about earlier, just in the bathroom of the Sands Convention Center, doing hair and makeup for folks and just listening to their stories. And it's evolved now. This is our 10th year here. We've had 2 babies here, and this is definitely home. You know, downtown Las Vegas, we made it our home about 3 years ago here, but we've been in Las Vegas almost 10.
Yeah.
And truly like love it. Absolutely feel like this is home, and have no plans of leaving. So.
Well, I think that you either have one way or the other. You have people who are like, oh my gosh, I'm never leaving.
Yeah.
Or you have people that are like, oh, I can't wait to get out of
here.
For sure. Yeah. So, I mean, it's amazing that you have made this your home. And you guys really, truly have built a community around you of like-minded individuals who are just, you know, gung-ho to let's get this done.
Yeah. It really does shock me.
It's awesome. Well, and it is a little bit shocking because we do have such a transient community and people are in and out all the time, but you know, and I always hear, oh my gosh, people drive into their homes, they shut the garage doors, nobody says hello to their neighbors, and you really do, if you make that effort and you put in that time, you will find the community that you're supposed to be in, you know, because it really does happen here, you know, which people don't realize, but it does.
Yeah, it really does. It doesn't have to be this exclusive group either, and that's what we've created within the Cupcake Girls. You know, we've got about 75 volunteers, and we have very diverse races and ages and experiences, beliefs, backgrounds, religions, but everyone can come together and align on this idea that we love without agenda, and that humans have inherent dignity and value, and that is really just the solid foundation of the Cupcake Girls and Local for All. So if you align with that, please join us. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple more things. Okay. So I love local. I don't think that local businesses get enough credit.
For sure.
It is so hard to open a business, even harder to maintain a business.
Yeah.
So if you are going to go get a great meal with your family, what's a local place that you go to?
So we love Esther's Kitchen. It is absolutely my favorite. They make all their pasta in-house. They fly it in from Italy, and I think Chef James and his crew are they've created this family atmosphere. But everything I've tasted there, including their cauliflower, like their fried cauliflower, I don't know what they put in their food, but it's absolutely phenomenal. And so yeah, that's my favorite.
Okay, and that is downtown?
Yeah, it's in the Arts District.
All right.
Yep.
And then what about like a cup of coffee?
Oh, I mean, you know, Vesta Coffee. If you know me, you know that you're probably going to find me at Vesta at least one day a week. I call it my office.
Well, that's where we met.
Yes,
for the first time.
I love it. I mean, I love Papagas too on Fremont.
Yeah.
Vesta's just simple. Their avocado toast is the best I've ever had, and their coffee, their cold brew, and their teas and stuff are fabulous too. So.
All right, so you heard it here. She knows everything downtown. That is where you are basing everything.
I mean, Arts District has my heart because that's where we're building local for all. So,
right.
So yeah, I'm there a lot.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I am going to link everything that Joy loves, and including Local for All and Cupcake Girls. And we would love to have you join her in helping build this community to really just kind of change the dynamic of what we see here in Las Vegas. So thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
See you soon.